Long way, get this shit a long way, this shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit a long way, long shit a long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shot of no shit, don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand, shit. She be trippin' every day, she be trippin' every way, but I gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand, she just gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach you tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, just a little Tari. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, said fuck it, bitch, we gon' get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I went and got some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah. We gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, 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 yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah. Cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah. We gon' get the long way, yeah.
I'm back. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host and the founder, LJ Young. SMD is a family. My name is LJ. I'm part of SMD, and SMD is a family. SMD is not me. Okay, just want to make sure the clear difference between, because a lot of people call me SMD, and they don't really know the difference, but you know they will. What's up, Anonymous? Hello. A wise man once told me, don't argue with a debt slave because people watching from a distance can't tell who is who. I like that. That is true. That is true. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, hello. What's up, Andre? Like I said earlier, I'm the founder, and what I do is share my gift. And you're probably thinking, well, what is my gift? I know capitalism is psychological. All right. I know that. That is a mathematical fact, all right? And if you don't believe it or understand it, you're not disagreeing with me. You're disagreeing with mathematics. And I guess that's the definition of insanity. If you don't trust the calculator, you know, I always say doing the same thing over and over is the definition of insanity. You know what the definition of financial insanity? Not agreeing with the calculator. That's called financial insanity. That's what that's called. Anyway, with knowing that capitalism is psychological, I also know currency doesn't exist in any form. I mean, it exists for a few people, but for the majority, currency doesn't exist for you guys. For who? Debt slaves, because it's you. You guys are the currency. Debt slaves is you. You're probably thinking, well, who is me? What do you mean? If you believe you own a home, if you believe you own a house with a mortgage, you're a debt slave. You're the currency. It's you. You're the mortgage. If you believe you own a car and you're making car payments, you're the car loan. That makes currency you. It's not the car. It's you. The car owns you. If you're making payments on the car, not vice versa, the car owns you. Well, actuality, the bank owns you through the car. Because you guys forget, physical slavery is illegal. So you can't own a debt slave directly. Like I can't walk up and buy one of you guys directly and say, hey, I want to buy you. You know, that's illegal, right? So they put something in between, like a house or a car or a phone or a washer and dryer, some rims, car stereo system, you name it. They just put something in between and they own you through it. That's how it works. You guys are the currency. It's you. What's up, Soon to Rise? What's up, Omanike? Everything is you. It's crazy, man. It's just absolutely bananas. So the big word right now is recession. When is it going to happen? How big is it going to be? It's already here, debt slaves. You know why? It's you, debt slaves. You are the recession. You. What do you mean? What do you think the recession's coming from? Where? From the roof? Where? Out of your car? Where's the recession at? In the trunk? What does recession smell like? What is the shape like? What color is recession? It's nothing. It's a psychological debt slaves. It's you, debt slaves. Recession, listen. The word recession, first of all, recession is a word, okay? That a word that is positive or negative. And so if you're using the word recession inside of some kind of financial statement, that turns the word into positive or negative. When you hear the word recession and it makes you nervous, that means you're on the negative side of recession. Recession's not, if you're on the positive side of recession's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. If you're scared or you're not going to be able to, the recession hits, you're not going to be able to make your car payments or your mortgage payments or your phone payments, that's because you're on the negative side of recession. If you come to the positive side of recession, everybody's selling everything they have for pennies on the dollar because of, quote, recession. They're on the negative side. So if you're on the positive side, which you'll have money like cash, you'll get everything you want for the quarter of the price in cash because debt slaves can't afford it. They don't want to ruin their credit. Whatever they believe, whatever debt slaves believe, because everything is them. Hey, I'm going to lose my house. You never owned it in the first place. That's why you're making payments. I'm going to lose my car. You can't lose your car if you pay cash for it. If you walked on the car lot and pay for your car in cash, nobody's coming to get it ever because you own it. The repo man only comes after cars that you don't own. It's like if you ever watch some of these like repo man shows with the tow truck just whip up and snatch the car, people get actually mad. Wait a minute, you ain't been making payments on the car that the bank owns, and then you're going to get mad because they're taking it back because you didn't make payments on it? Every single payment you make on a car, it's gone forever. It doesn't matter if you've been making 3 years. If you have an 84-month contract, okay, you have an 84-month, and you've been making payments for 4 years straight without missing one. You can't step back and say, "Oh man, all the money I put in this car." You didn't put nothing in nothing, debt slave. What are you talking about? They can't just come and get it. What do you mean they can't come and get it? You didn't pay. You think you could just stop making payments and keep the car? That's a no. You can't do that. When you're on the positive side of recession, like here is an example. If you hear somebody sound very nervous or scared that a recession is happening, they're giving you from the negative side of the word recession. They're giving it they're telling you that they're scared. Hey, you guys better prepare. Prepare for what? It's already here. It's you. It's you guys. When you're on the positive side, the word recession doesn't scare me. I'm like, ching ching, what can I buy? What am I ready to buy for very cheap, cheap, cheap? You're probably thinking, LJ, what do you mean the recession's here? You guys are using Afterpay. You guys are making 4 easy payments on shoes. You guys are using buy now, pay later apps to make 4 easy payments on a shirt. That says the recession is here right now and it's you. You think Nike, Amazon, Apple, all these big companies, you think they could survive without buy now, pay later companies? No, they couldn't. They need them. They can't do business without them. Have you noticed that when you're going shopping? Hell, you go on Amazon. Hey, you gotta. I go. Listen, I went on Amazon the other day and I went and bought something that cost $100. Hey, would you like to make 4 payments? What the fuck? What? 4 easy payments on $100? Are you insane? I don't even want to. I wouldn't even waste my brain power keeping up with the monthly payments on a shirt. That's energy. Hey, what, man? What day is my shirt payment due? Are you insane? If you're using buy now, pay later apps right now, you are the recession. It's you. You're the recession. Only debt slaves use buy now, pay later apps. Did you guys know that? Hey, I'm gonna keep my listen. Instead of just shell out the whole money, I can keep that shell out all the money. I can keep that money in my pocket and just make these payments. If you're using buy now, pay later apps, that means you have absolutely no money in your pocket, your bank account, under your bed, in your shoe. All the change and all the big plastic Coke bottles you have in your room, all of that money's not even in there. None of it's there. Here, so you guys are probably chiming in thinking, what is he talking about? What do you mean my money's not there? I'm looking at it right there. So say like you have one of those big plastic Coke bottles, right, filled with money, and say like there was $200 in one of them. Okay, 200. You got now in your mind, you have $200 sitting right there in the Coke bottle because you can see it. You can walk over to the plastic Coke bottle and spill it out and everything and count it, whatever you want to do. But if you open up the calculator and put in $200 minus your car payment, the calculator says you don't have $200 nowhere, not in change, not in a Coke bottle, not in your house. That whatever that is on the floor, that's nothing's there. You don't have anything, nowhere, nothing. You're making car payments. You can't listen. If you're making car payments, you don't have change in your house in big plastic Coke bottles. It's not there. If you're making car payments, the currency is you. It's you. You can't be currency and own currency because currency owns you. You're it. If you're making payments on your new iPhone, that's why you're scared of the recession, because you're making payments on an iPhone. That's why you're scared. You're on the negative side of the recession. That's why it scares you. If your whole life is on the chopping block because the recession's here or about to, you guys don't even know it's right. It's happening now. Okay. It's not coming. I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch. It's here. Buy now, pay later apps says it's here. That's what says it. You think, I know I went off a little bit, but do you think all you got to do is Google and see how much buy now, pay later companies get for joining with Walmart and Amazon? Some of them, they get a piece of the sale, they get a piece of the product, and they charge them a interest rate higher than the credit card companies do. So check this out. They still have to, big companies still have to use credit cards because if they didn't, their business is closed. Do you understand that? No business could survive if they didn't allow credit cards. So you guys need to understand that. Okay. The buy now, pay later companies, They charge more than the credit card companies. They get the money from the company. They get to charge them, like double dipping on the company. They get a piece of the price of their product and charge them a fee. That's just. Do you think big companies want to give up that kind of money to a buy now, pay later company? Do you think they want to do that? No. All companies have to do it, but you know what? You know what Apple said? Hey, we're going to do it ourselves. Apple did the smart move. I know you guys don't really understand how all this works. Even though Apple had to do buy now, pay later, they designed it. They did an app themselves, so they're not hiring an outside company to do it for them. They're going to do it themselves. They're keeping all the money. Can you imagine a buy now, pay later company that was trying to get Apple? Oh man, that would have been a payday right there. That would have been one of the biggest paydays. Oh, they would have charged. Can you imagine getting a percentage of every item that Apple sells? Ooh. Man, that would have been but Apple said, fuck that. We're going to do this in-house. I know we have to do it because every company has to do it because the recession is here now. What you say, soon to rise? Oh, wait, hold up. Let's see which is. Anonymous says, inflation usually slows down when there is a recession. Anyone who has a stable job, income saved during a recession does not really get hurt by a recession, have some emergency. Well, Anonymous, it counts on who you're talking about. Are you talking about a debt slave? Or are you talking about a person? Are you talking about a person on a negative side of the economy or the positive side of the economy? Like a person with a mortgage, they can't save 6 to 12 months of savings. They can't do that. According to the laws of mathematics, you can't do that. If the person is making car payments, like if you're making car payments or you have student loan debt, you can't save 6 to 12 months of money because you don't have any. Sunrise says, I told bro he just financed $300,000 house because he makes $200,000 now. Didn't want to hear my advice not to and plans to renovate the house. Hey, Sunrise, you already know. Soon as you pretty much know right away when to stop talking to a debt slave. They're so deep in the matrix, it's gone. You just got anything after that, you're just gonna frustrate yourself. They're not trying to hear it, but you got to also understand when you're on the positive side of the economy, that's important. It's very important for debt slaves to believe they own houses with mortgages, to be scared when they hear the word recession. Recession's a word. Why are you scared of a word? Ooh, recession. What's that mean? What? Who said? And when you guys, okay, put it this way. When you guys are out and about amongst your friends, okay, and they start talking about the word recession, you got to say, who is saying the word? If you have a friend that's talking about a recession and he has car payments, he's talking about the negative side of recession. If he has a mortgage, FHA mortgage, and they're talking about recession, he's talking about the negative side of the word recession. That's why if they sound scared or nervous, they're telling you exactly they're scared of the word. That means they're debt slaves. That's why they're scared of words. They're on the negative side of that word. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, you're a debt slave, obviously. I wouldn't want to buy a house. I'd have to renovate unless it's under. And remember, he's not buying anything. He's absolutely not buying nothing. He's renovating. He doesn't know, but he's renovating the house for the bank. He's paying for it too. Because just think about it this way. Debt slaves don't know that you cannot buy a house with a mortgage. So what they're going to do is finance the house, right? And finance the renovations of a bank-owned house. The whole time the debt slave is in the house and truly believes that they own it. That is just, man, that is just hands down, absolutely magnificent. The whole time they're in the house, they believe they own it, and then they're going to finance the renovations of the house, improving the value of the house for the bank. Absolutely, hands down, 100%. I have respect for the bank. That is beautiful. And the whole time, the debt slave, it only takes one day to buy a house, just one day. The debt slaves believe it takes 30 years. Debt slaves believe it takes 30 years. Now the new generation, 40 years to pay off one house, when you can buy a house in one day. That's the only way to do it. In fact, I don't never look out the window when I hear a tow truck outside anymore. I own it, exactly. You know how many of you guys, with this word recession, you know how many of you guys are nervous as hell listening for the tow trucks outside? Oh, man. You guys got to be nervous. And I don't know who, some of these tow truck drivers, man, these guys are skilled. They got these fancy hooks on the back, scoop your car up. Even if you try to block it in, they got these new hooks on the back. They can just pick up your car, move it out the spot, pick it up. They don't even have to get out the truck. They don't even have to get out the truck to take your car anymore. And these guys are good. You know how much energy that takes to be nervous of a tow truck when you go to the store, when you park at your friend's house? You don't know when they're going to take it. You know how many debt slaves are going to be saying, oh, man, yeah, I sold that car. No, you didn't. It got repossessed. You better believe that. That's the positive side of the economy. Do you know how many discounts we're going to get? Do you understand that? You know how many discounts we're going to get? Oh, man. You guys won't be able to keep up with the payments. You don't want to ruin your credit, so you're going to sell it for whatever you can get in cash. That's called the positive side of recession. Andre says, funny, like the reset, they are waiting for a recession that already started. Oh, man. You guys don't even understand. When I discovered capitalism is psychological, do you guys understand that's a whole different, you guys don't even get it. You don't even get it. The recession's been here. Been here. So it's, hey, pretty much just say 20, say like it just started 2020. You might as well just say that. Because you guys, I always say this in my videos so you guys can really understand the magnitude of 2020, okay? And your position to be alive when this once in a lifetime event happened. The whole financial world stopped. Every country, everybody stopped, everybody. Do you guys know you'll never see that again happen again in this lifetime, ever? You'll never see that again. And you guys are here to view it. Well, what you guys don't know, debt slaves, there's a different view. You're at the beginning of something brand spanking new. All you got to do is stop saying shit like, oh, man, I can't wait till things go back to the way. You better stop saying that shit. You better stop. We are never going back. And as soon as they get rid of paper money, ooh, you guys are locked in for the next 100 years. Soon as they go with central bank digital currency, ooh, you debt slaves are in trouble. That round of people, that's for the next generation of savings minus debt family members. Good luck getting debt slaves out of there. You're going to have to figure out how to get in one of those short videos, because that's what debt slaves are being programmed with. Short videos, shorts. Debt slaves don't see nothing but shorts. Flip, 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 flip. You got a half a second to get their attention. A half a second. Totally oblivious to what's going on outside in the world. If they ain't got their phone in their hand flipping, when they have their phone in their hand flipping, totally oblivious to what's going on in the real world where we live. People are like, oh my God, look at Meta. They're creating a metaverse and this and that. You guys are already in it. You're through your phones. Your phones connect you to your metaverse. Your whole world is through your phone, which is what? A virtual world. That's not real. Anonymous says, if you want to make it through a recession, stay single. Your wife is like a tornado in the beginning. There's a lot of blowing. You know what? Those are, when you talk like that, that kind of stuff. When you talk about another person outside of yourself to do better in a recession, that should tell you that's wrong already. That should tell you something. If you believe somebody outside of you could cause you to be in a recession, there lies the problem. There's buy now, pay later for items less than $10. Why? Oh my God. That is absolutely bananas. Bananas. $10? I was checking out at Walmart the other day. They asked me, did I want to break my groceries up in payments? What? Break my groceries up in payments? What are you talking about? Crackling Blink says, did the recession honestly ever really end 2008, 10? Oh, wait, never stopped. Huh. Well, this is the only thing I can say, okay? With knowing that capitalism is psychological, I know currency is debt slave. So I don't really look at what happened at what now. Like, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to 2008, where everybody blamed the housing market, and they was letting anybody get homes and blah, blah, blah. And even in that movie, like this brainiac genius guy came in and shorted the housing market because he somehow knew, because he was a mathematician. No. Debt slaves don't know you can't buy houses with mortgages. I was caught up in that 2008. Back then, I didn't know capitalism was psychological, but I do today. So now when I go back to 2008, wait a minute, nobody can buy a house with a mortgage. No. If you sign up for a house, if you go get a mortgage and they don't verify income or where you have a job, no down payment, the only person that doesn't know is you. That you absolutely do not know you cannot buy a house with no money. If I knew what I knew today, that would have been obvious. Wait a minute, everybody and their mama's getting a house. It doesn't matter if they have a pulse or not. Of course that's going to crash. That can't go on forever. It doesn't matter the year, debt slaves. I just pay attention to you guys. You guys are the stock market. You're recession. You're the money. You're the insurance plans. You're the life insurance. You're the retirement plans. You're the 401k before taxes, after taxes. Everything is you. Like when I see them building all these housing communities, who do you think they're going to put in those houses communities? Debt slaves? You think the bank, listen, you think the bank is building those houses to remain empty? That wouldn't be a smart move. They're going to put you guys in them. All they got to do is drop the interest rates, zero down home loans, whatever the fuck they got to say to make it sound like you won't get in this house for free. And then you guys are going to do it. Then you're going to get on social media and talk about, hey, everybody, I'm a homeowner. I don't throw away money on rent anymore, and this and that. You guys run the same old program over and over and over again. Went to a restaurant the other day that didn't accept cash. Crazy, right? What? No, I do things differently. Shopping at yard sales and cash. Don't talk to me about Venmo. That's, you know what's so funny though, Crackle and Bling? You're going to have to, in order to make your, and it's about time and convenience, okay? We're going digital, so you're going to have to go that way. You could still be the same way you are today, but you're just going to, in order, like, here, let me give you an example. I remember I took a trip last year, and I decided I was going to rent a rental car, but use my debit card instead of my credit card. I just said, hey, just use my debit card. It doesn't matter. Okay, sir, we're going to have to call your bank. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to double, triple check that and do. I said, no, forget all that. Here, take my credit card. Here, I don't want to deal with any of that. That's a time waster. I don't like things being wasted. Like, I do not allow the time of my life to be wasted under any circumstances at all. Even if I'm the cause. For sure, spouses definitely need to be on the same page. That is for sure. Thank you, Omanike. What's up, Kay? What's going on, sir? Instacart does the same. They ask, do I want to, we on Insta. See, now, I want you guys to be clear. All companies have to partner with buy now, pay later companies. They have to. This is not a choice. You think Walmart, one of the biggest companies in this country, want to partner up with a freaking buy now, pay later company? Hell no. They have to do that because they have to do that for now to survive. They have to. It's like, put it this way, buy now, pay later companies are basically replacing the credit cards. Big companies can't say one day, hey, F you credit card companies, I'm not paying them interest and fees for every transaction. No, they would be instantly closed because debt slaves have no money. You guys have to use credit. Have to. Yeah, it's crazy. Instacarts, once they put you in shackles for sure. They sure will. You better believe. People think that's funny. You watch it happen. They pretty much, I think about it now. If you can have one of those delivery companies pick up your food from McDonald's, but you can make 4 easy payments with the delivery food company, you are financing McDonald's and Instacart fees and the delivery fees. Getting grants from the bank for the down payment, is it a grant? People trained with debt lingo in college, sure. Just that, it's so crazy when I think about with knowing capitalism is psychological. Now when I look back at colleges, cha-ching. Because think about it this way, debt slaves. You guys have no money, none, zero. So by the time it's time for you to go to college age, you're going to have to borrow the money because you have no money and you've had none all your life. So of course you have to borrow it. And then you're going to take, since it's not really your money and the college charges some ridiculous fee, you don't really care. You just think, hey, it is what it is. I'll just pay it back, the same old program. I'll just pay it back when I get that great job that the college promised me, this and that and blah, blah, bullshit, whatever. Now that I see capitalism is psychological, and then I see how much of a dean of a college makes, like millions. I'm like, what are you doing there at the college to make a $1.5 million as a dean of a college? That means you guys got too much money. That's what that means. That's way too much money. You're a dean and you make $1.5 million at a college. Are you crazy? My financial advisor has debt up to his neck with loans on a boat, RV, and his 2 cars, and he had the audacity to tell me what to invest in. I had to drop the guy and find a new advisor for sure. That shit is funny. It's like an insult. It's like somebody slapping you in your face. It's like, what? You're making payments on a boat. What the fuck can you tell me to invest in if you're making payments on a boat? Shut up. You don't even get to use the boat year round and you're making payments on. Hey, check this out. I had a friend, and he ain't my friend no more because he just didn't want to accept that he was a debt slave. Okay. I was trying to tell him softly as I could, but finally we just had to stop being friends. But when I knew when he refinanced his house and financed a boat, and he was bragging to me about it. Oh man, look, I got a boat. It's parked down at the marina. All I got to do is use this app, and then I just push this button. They have my boat dropped in the water, gassed up, and running for me. They don't do that shit for free. So you're making boat payments and marina dock payments, whatever that's called, and think he's doing it. I'm like, oh my God. Now, this is the crazy part about it. People with finance boats, right? They'll go along the lake and see these multi-million-dollar homes and be like, wow. Guess why you'll never own one of those homes that you see on the lake? Because you're making boat payments. The houses that you see along the water, yeah, you'll never live there because you're making boat payments. The majority of those people, they know better never to finance a boat. Lumino says, I thought about transitioning away from my credit cards and back to my debit card to get my credit reports all zeros, but then chickened out after hearing a podcast clip about I would never. This is what I do. Okay, Luminoff. I always tell everybody, I have one credit card. Why do I have it? It's a tool. It protects me. I have one layer between scam artists and, the credit card companies has trillions of dollars. So I use it everywhere to get my gas. It's convenience. I can rent a car. They don't ask no questions. Here's my card, run it, get the card, leave. It's more about convenience and just pay it in full at the end of the month. It's just one more layer between you and the scam artists. Always keep one credit card. That is important. It saves you time. It's no wasted energy, no questions. With your debit card, they want to just, if a scammer gets hold of your debit card, it's a little bit longer process. You got to call the bank. Some banks want a police report, and then it takes 7 to 10 days to put back in the money that was stole, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't want to go through that. That happened to me one time. I said, screw it. I'm just going to use my credit card everywhere. My old financial advisor had debt. Oh, okay. I read that. Okay. Snow, yes, your financial advisor is going to tell you what to buy and call it an investment. The financial advisor gets a kickback for, it's just business. And I get it. And check this out. If you're probably thinking, LJ, if once I know, say like you become a financial advisor and capitalism is psychological, okay, will it conflict on what you talk about telling your people? Because if you tell them the truth, you'll never make any money. So you have two options. You go ahead and tell them what they can do, what they think they can do with, if you can, or you can become one of those financial advisors where you'll be able to name your own price, because people, when they know they come to you, they'll get the financial advice that will make them wealthy. And they will pay accordingly to it. They will pay accordingly. Like this information, what I do for my clients right now, I change their life forever, and they know it. Not only do I change their lives, I change their children's lives and their grandchildren's lives, because it will be generational. You just don't, with this knowledge, you just don't learn it and just stop and don't tell your family. That's not true. This is forever. Once you understand there is no going back, and then you look at the word recession, you're like, wait a minute, it's positive and negative. Yes, it counts on who is using, who's talking about the word recession. Everything is looked at. Anybody talking about investing, like say like somebody comes up to you and says, hey man, stop throwing away money on rent. You should you get rid of the landlord and blah blah blah, all that stupid shit, right? Get rid of the landlord and replace it with the bank. They don't know what they're saying, right? But anybody that says that to you, you turn to them and say, do you have a mortgage? If they say yes, that's why they want you to do it. They want you to be like them, in debt, thinking they own something. Hey, I'm not throwing away. This is an investment. The house appreciates, and this. No, it's not. No, it doesn't. Houses do not appreciate for people with mortgages. They don't. What's up, Queen? What up, S&D fam? Back with another rant on the debt slave world. Yes. The recession's being taught. The word recession's being tossed around, scaring debt slaves everywhere. You guys are scared. Oh my God. When is it going to hit? It's already here. When is it going to start? 2020? No one lives in the houses on the lake. People buy them and rent them out, make some money with the flashy item, for sure. That's what I would do. When I'm a multimillionaire, I have no desire to have a house on the lake. I don't really care about that. That means absolutely nothing to me. Nothing. Except higher prices and insurance and all that shit, because you're a high risk of being flooded out, whatever, right? Other than that, whatever. Sometimes we have to speak louder with love to our families than salespeople who make being a debt slave look easy. Yeah. When it comes to family, I want you guys and the people that follow and listen. Capitalism, debt, doesn't care who it is. And the hardest part is when you have a loved one, somebody you love very much, who is a debt slave, and you can't do shit about it. Nothing but watch. Hold on for a second. It's very difficult to watch a loved one bury themselves. Like, here's an example. And this is hindsight, okay? With the knowledge I know today. I didn't have nobody to tell me at 18 I was free. Free meaning now that I'm a legal adult, I can now legally participate in the United States of America's economy. That's what the law says. As soon as I turn 18, now I start. But nobody was there to tell me, wait a minute, at 18, you have no debt. That means you're free. Nobody owns you. You keep it that way. You don't let anybody own you. Never sell yourself for a car, a house, a phone, headphones, a refrigerator with an LCD screen in it. Never sell yourself, ever. I had nobody to tell me that. Nobody. Now I understand why, because only few of us know that capitalism is psychological. 0.5% of the population, probably. I like it like that too. I love it. Debt slaves, you guys don't know people like me walk around you or amongst you. One or two of us, you're probably your friends. They're not going to say anything if they want to stay your friends. You know how many of us probably pretend to like sports so they can fit in with other debt slaves? Let me tell you something. Those of you guys that know, you don't have to fit in just because they like sports. Just tell them you don't like fucking sports. Just say it to them. No, I don't follow Super Bowl. No, I don't care about the NBA. I don't care about rings. I don't care what Jordan and the other basketball. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care. That it's okay to say that. All that stuff is there to keep debt slaves busy. Go to basketball games during a recession. Go to football. Go to Super Bowl during a recession. At the same, listen, the same people begging for student loan forgiveness are at the Super Bowl right now on social media, bragging to the whole world, hey, look, we're here. What, you just begging for student loan forgiveness from the president? What are you doing at the Super Bowl game? What are you doing there? Anyone that orders from Amazon that is over $30 can be opt to make payments through a firm. Wow, $30. If you can't pay in full when you order, you don't need to buy. Oh my goodness. But I want you guys to understand, on the positive side, Amazon has to offer that, people. Amazon has to offer that. They have to. If they want to survive, this recession, they have to. Now, let me tell you guys something now. The buy now, pay later companies, they're on the positive side of the recession. So let's go back to recession and positive and negative so you guys can see. Buy now, pay later companies are on the positive side of the recession. They're making so much money from you and the companies that they partner with. Billions. And this is, afterpay companies are all over the world. They're not just here in the United States, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. What does that tell you? Debt slaves are everywhere. Whatever country capitalism is, you guys are there. I guarantee you this, when I really look at the whole world picture of psychological capitalism, who has the highest stock, which country has the most valuable debt slaves? We do. We got the most valuable debt slaves right here. We got the most, and we make sure we protect them. Nope, other countries, you can't have them. This is our stock, ours. Oh man. Luminal says you're right about the family issue, LJ. Although recently my parents conceded, okay, that they don't truly own their house. Oh, they did. Okay. While they still have a mortgage on it. Okay. I think there's still hope for them. Okay. Wow. That's a big step. That is, because I can only imagine, I could only imagine what people say about me, how they talk about me, who he think he is. He ain't nothing. He don't got no finance degree. He don't know anything about finances. I didn't say I did. All I said is I just trust the calculator. That's it. If you're new to the channel, I want to make sure everybody understands this. I have no college degree in finance. I've never been in the business of finance, ever. I am not licensed in anything. Stock market, insurance, nothing. All I do is believe in the calculator. That is it. Okay? If you don't, it doesn't, like, put it this way. If you have a finance degree, right, and you have student loan debt and you have a mortgage and you believe you own a house with a mortgage, see, you obviously don't trust the calculator and you have a degree. If you believe you have equity in a mortgaged house and you have a degree, you have a finance degree, hell, you might own a financial business selling financial advice to other people, and you have a mortgage and you believe you're a homeowner, you obviously don't trust the calculator. And it doesn't, and you have a degree and you don't trust the calculator. Listen, in order to get a financial degree, you have to pass math classes. You have to. You have to pass math classes. You have to. And of course, you're using the calculator to solve certain equations and basic arithmetic, 500 plus 432, and just put in the calculator and hit equal. And you trust the answer that the calculator gives to you. But for some reason, that same calculator, when you put in your mortgage payments minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, you don't believe it that time. You'll believe it when you run the numbers any other place, but then when you run it that way, you know what the difference is? When you put them in the calculator, there's no money sign in front of it. As soon as you put the money sign in front of the number, you think the answer changes, but it doesn't. The only thing that's different is the US dollar sign in front of the numbers that you're talking about. That's it. But okay, here's another example so you guys can get it, debt slaves. Imagine me writing $100 on a piece of paper, okay? And then you don't know what I'm writing. Say like you're standing in front of me, but I'm just telling you so you guys get a visualization of it. And I wrote $100 on the dollar sign 100, 100. And then I showed it to you and said, hey, tell me what this says. You would say $100. That's what you would say. You would look at it and say $100. And then imagine me pulling out a $100 bill out of my pocket. And then I say to you, if that's $100, then what is this? What am I holding in my hand? You would say $100. And I'll tell you, they can't be both $100. The United States of America says this green $100 bill is $100. And then you're going to look at the piece of paper and say, okay, well, if that's $100, then what is that? That's just a 100 with a US dollar sign in front of it. That's what that is. That's not $100. That's just a 100 with the US currency dollar sign in front of it. That's what that is. That's the difference. One's a $100 bill and one's 100 with the US dollar sign in front of it. That's it. But when you're in the debt matrix, you don't know the difference. You're like, oh man, okay. You didn't know what? What are you talking about? What? I just explained it to you. You're trying to trick me. No, I'm not. What do you mean? I just wrote it on a piece of paper. You just look at it differently. I know that capitalism is psychological, so I know what to look at on a piece of paper. A 100 with a dollar sign in front of it. That's what that is. That's not $100. Don't forget the bet app. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The bet apps for sports. Ohio State has those types of apps for sports gambling. Generates more debt slaves as gamblers. Sure do. Betting apps. Damn. I wonder how many of you debt slaves get on these betting apps and you're behind on your bills and think, man, if I just hit these numbers, it could take care of all these bills. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think exactly that you're going to hit the numbers. I remember one time when I was in Seattle, Washington. Every state doesn't allow this, but one time I was at the gas station and I rarely go in to pay, but this time I did. Okay. So I'm standing in line, and that day happened to be the day of a big lotto. Like it got up into some crazy numbers, right? Some billions or some crazy, right? So I'm standing in line, and I see this guy ahead of me purchase some lottery tickets, but he used his credit card. So when I got up there, I said, "Wait!" I said, "Hey, they allow you to buy lotto tickets with your credit card?" He said, "Yes." I was like, "Holy shit! Are you kidding me?" Somebody can buy lotto tickets with a credit card? Oh my God. Oh man. Took accounting in college, had to explain to someone in my study group that the reason that the inventory is calculated into the bank statement because it can be sold for cash. The credit line is not wealth. Debt slaves don't know. This is what I want you guys to really get this. No currency exists for debt slaves. None. Gold, silver, paper, nothing. Nothing. The only thing debt slaves have is credit. And they believe credit is money. Just like when they use the word buy. Hey, I bought this house and they got it with a mortgage. They financed the house. The only way you can buy a house, you have to have cash. Then the next thing they'll say, oh, who has that kind of money to put this down on the house? People with money do. When you hear a person say that, oh, who has that kind of money to do this? They can only be talking about themselves. They're telling the whole world that they have no money to buy a house and they don't even have the down payment. They don't know that they're saying that. They don't know that, but they do. All you got to do is get on social media right now. Get on your Facebook, scroll through it. I guarantee you're going to find somebody that just calling themselves a homeowner, standing in the front yard with a paper key with their kids and their husband and wife, thinking they own something. They own nothing. But you come to the positive side of the housing market, it has to be that way. They're buying houses during a recession. They're fighting. Listen, debt slaves are financing houses during a recession. Can you imagine? Imagine this. Imagine when a debt slave with student loan debt older than their children walk into a bank asking the bank for a mortgage. As soon as the bank runs their credit, the bank is going to know exactly how to treat this person. A debt slave, clearly. You can't buy a house with no mortgage. I mean, you can't buy a house while having student loan debt. You can't do that. You definitely don't know that. You go with no money, get a mortgage in a house, and then all of a sudden you think you own something. Millions of people have to believe that. Millions. They all have to. They all have to believe that. Trillions of dollars in mortgage loan debt says those people are not homeowners. There's trillions of dollars in mortgage loan debt. Homeowners don't have mortgages. That's what makes them homeowners. People with mortgages are loan owners. Loan. Andre says, they don't know this for sure. I have to explain the difference between money, fiat currency, and credit received or extended. Most don't know what a deposit is actually, an unsecured credit card to a bank. I want debt slaves to understand this, that if you ever want to own yourself and you want to come to the positive side, this shit is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You come on the positive side, you understand the rules, pay your taxes. If you don't, listen, taxes are debt slaves. So cheating on your taxes would be cheating on yourself. Okay. Besides tax evasion being against the law, cheating on your taxes is really cheating on yourself. Like, here's another one. You see all these delivery people that's delivering food and parts and whatever, right? You guys are all 1099. 99% of you guys are not paying your taxes. They have to plug that tax leak. They're going to plug that. Believe that. That's too many of you guys running around participating in the economy the incorrect way. You're participating by working for a big company, but you're not. You are the contribution to the economy. So you're using yourself. Since you're using yourself to be a participate in the economy, you have to pay taxes for yourself participating. No different than a business. You create a business, you got to pay taxes for having a business. It's just part of it. But when you come to the positive side, everything is you guys. You guys pay the taxes. You guys pay the upkeep for the business. You guys are everything. Cheating on your taxes would be cheating on yourself. The word cheating should be a red flag for you. Red flag. Cheating. That means I don't know how to play. If you're cheating at a game, that means you don't know how to play, or you don't want to learn, or you want to skip, or whatever. Hey, so they got a place for you. For the cheaters, like tax evasion, you guys would participate. They're gonna put you in a part. They're gonna help you participate in the economy physically. When they lock you up, now instead of making $3,000 a month, you're going to be making 50 cents a month, working 16-hour days, making furniture, picking fields, whatever. Trust me, if you live here, you got to participate, and how you participate is up to you. So if you're using after buy now, pay later, you are the recession. It's you. You're on the negative side of it. It's you. If you're hiding your car in the garage, you're blocking it in so the tow truck guy can't get it, you're the recession. You are. It's you. You're hiding your car. You're hiding a car that doesn't belong to you. It doesn't matter how long you've been making payments on it. The only fact that matters, you're not making payments now. Any questions before I leave? Any questions? Trying to help these people that are scared. All these damn videos about recession and this and that. You guys don't know who to trust. All you got to do is listen to the person using the word. Are they making payments? Do they make phone payments? Do they have student loan debt? Or do they believe they own a house with a mortgage? Blah, blah, blah. They are on the negative side of the recession. That's why they're scared. Jacques says, LJ, the hardest part of this journey is learning how to tell friends and family no. Everyone wants to do something that costs money. I've become a hermit, but for the best. That's part of, I call that part, Jacques, going into your cocoon, because I had to do the same. I promise you, later on, you will have no problem saying no. Okay, you just got to get used to it. It takes a minute, and people are not really. If they've never heard you say no before, they're going to be shocked. But after a few no's, they will get used to it. But disappearing from friends and family, and won't care what they're doing, what they're saying. Oh, how come you ain't doing this? You're always by yourself, and this, you got to just ignore them. That's called slave splaining. They're just whatever. Once you come out of your cocoon, they're going to know you're different, because you're not going to care the opinions of debt slaves, family or not. It doesn't matter. Valentine's Day coming up. Read that people are not slowing down on their spending this year. Can you imagine how much? Listen, this is why this is the positive side of the recession for the buy now, pay later companies. Do you know how many people are going to be making 4 easy payments on Valentine gifts? They're going to be making payments on a box of chocolates and some flowers. Now, I want you guys to also understand, buy now, pay later companies, time is limited. When is their reign over? When student loan payments start. That's it. Their reign will be over as soon as student loan. Why do I say that? Because student loan payments are first. They will take that money. And if they take that money out of people's income tax checks, garnish it, whatever, how they get it, guess what they're not going to be paying? Buy now, pay later companies. They're not going to be paying them. They're not going to pay them. Buy now, pay later companies are going to be the first people to not get paid. Debt slaves, there will be the first debt slaves will stop paying when student loans payments begin. But buy now, pay later companies know their customers, debt slaves. Because debt slaves are the only ones that will make 4 easy payments on some shoes. 4 easy break up a $30 purchase in payments. Those are debt slaves. Buy now, pay later companies know this. They know that. They know who their customers are. Exactly. Invite friends and family over, spend time together. Don't need to do something. That's all you need to do. But people don't want to do that. How do you stay in the straight path towards financial freedom in your early 30s when society, friends, and family tell you to get married by buy, finance a house. I have family and friends criticizing on the low. You say, I don't, this is more for you, Jacquees. You will have to learn to ignore the opinions of debt slaves. Once you become strong, if a person is trying to criticize you making car payments, that's a debt slave. You an opinion of a debt slave to you, if that bothers you, that's something you got to work on with yourself, because the opinions of debt slaves don't matter to me at all. They don't. I don't care what they say, what they do. What if they're making car payments and they got student loan? If they're making car payments and they got student loans older than the car they have, I don't care what they say, what they drive. I don't care who they date, where they go on vacation, what kind of job they have. I don't care. They're debt slaves. This will be built, and you're in your 30s. You're in a different generation than I. But what you don't know yet is that you have an advantage because you're learning this information in your 30s. By the time you get my age, oh man, you'll just be, people won't even understand you. You put it this way, Jacquees. I know for a fact, me knowing that capitalism is psychological, I know very few people in the world know that. World. Imagine now, that should give you an idea of what my self-esteem is like. There are millions of debt slaves. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they talk about me. It doesn't matter if they're making car payments. Who gives a shit? Queen says Valentine's Day is for debt slaves and suckers in love and don't know jack about what love really. If for sure, it's just business. It's totally business. But say like you built a company, you made a company that creates Valentine's chocolates. You're gonna jump right in and kill the game, kill it. Ignore anyone who is not on the path with you. It's your money. Spend it how you want to, and keep those around you whom will care for you no matter what your goals are. And that's why I created SMD. That's why I created this channel for everybody to be able to come with your stories, share your journeys, because there's the majority of debt slaves. So we're way outnumbered. But the lovely thing about this, they can't see us, but we can see them. They think aliens look like something. No, aliens are human just like you. They just don't know it. They think we have big eyes and big heads and stuff like that. No, we're just human. We just know something you don't. That's it. They know their customers are as funny for some. They know their customers. Only debt slaves use buy now, pay later companies. I wouldn't listen. I would never, nor me or anyone like me would never in a million years use a buy now, pay later company to buy some shoes. In my mind, that means I don't buy the shoes. That's all that means. I'm not making payments. But it's brilliant. Those guys, but hey, listen, I didn't know about that kind of stuff. Would I invest, if I had some extra money, would I invest in buy now, pay later company? This is what I would do. Okay. If I had some extra money to play with in there, I would invest in the buy now, pay later companies. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you something. And then I would I would wait to hear, I would invest in the buy now, pay later companies, wait to hear the president announce student loan payments resume, and then pull all my money out right there. Pull it all out right at that moment, as soon as I hear the announcement. Because you better believe the buy now, pay later companies, they were popping bottles when the president extended student loan payments. They were popping bottles. I was depressed in my mid to late 20s. Wow. About not being married or having, oh yeah, the pressure of the society. Okay. Now at 32, I'm more used to it. Being alone is still better than being with the wrong person. And this is what I want people to understand. Alone has a negative connotation to it. That shit is beautiful. This is what I want SMD followers that are going along their journey. Alone is a good thing. When you be alone, you go into basically a cocoon. And then once you do it long enough, you'll be happy being alone. Once you're happy being alone, alone is a good word. Imagine now you're coming out of the cocoon, because now you're happy being alone. Once you come out of the cocoon, happy being alone, you're debt free. All your whole life is going to change. You're not going to date anyone. Say like you're a man. You're not going to date any woman that doesn't own herself. It won't matter what she looks like. It won't matter how good the sex is. If she has student loan debt and has no intentions in paying it off, we're not doing nothing. Not even having sex. I don't even want to chance it. I don't even want to chance it. Do you want? Next thing you know, you're going to be in court, attached to the debt matrix via the kid for the next 20 years of your life. Hell no. To a debt slave? No. Nope. That is pathetic for sure. It sure is pathetic. And if you're a person that has done that, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to go look in the, you got to get up, go in the bathroom, look in the mirror and say, I just made 4 easy payments on some shoes. I wanted a shirt and pants so bad, I'm making payments on it. What the fuck is wrong with me? 39, no worries and no cares. I grew a backbone and now my future is beautiful. That's what happens. That's what I want people to understand. When you come here and you get this SMD knowledge, your self-esteem is going to go through the fucking roof. Do you understand? And they're going to feel it when you walk into a room. It won't matter what kind of clothes. It's not going to be you're not going to be wearing Gucci. You're not going to be wearing Versace. You're just going to walk in the room and then they're going to feel your energy. They're going to know something like something's different about that woman or that dude. Why? Because he's free. Once you're free, you give off a different kind of energy. You automatically know that you're different than millions of people. Millions. Once you understand this and know this, your self-esteem goes through the roof. Not in a cocky way, not in the like, hey, I'm better than you, you're below me. No, none of that. You're just going to be that. You're not going to be trying to be anything or be anybody. You're just going to be that. I'm alone and I love it. Cocoon life sure is. It's beautiful. Just wait till you come out to a butterfly like me. I'm a butterfly. Believe that. I got wings. Believe that. I got wings. I know I'm different than millions. I know that. A single seed gets planted and that seed will grow strong. It's not in competition with any weeds, nothing strangling out my sunshine. That is I like that analogy. That's really good. That's exactly how it feels. I want you guys to notice, like when I come in, when every now and then I'll go into somebody else's live or whatever, right? And then I chime in. I want you guys to just watch the audience when I come in and say something. Just watch. And that's not to be bragging. I just want you guys to see because I know I'm different. I want you guys to see how long I've been here. Nobody's tried to challenge me or say this and that, and he's a liar, he's a fake. Have you guys noticed that? That as many people that don't like me, they still don't. You know why they don't? Because nobody can go against mathematics. Nobody. What's up, Cosmic? Monique says, I'm debt free and single, ready to travel to Portugal. Oh, congratulations, in April. Wow, paid for. Wait a minute, Monique, you ain't making 4 easy payments to Portugal? That's dumb, man. You can keep your money in your pocket and then you can just make 4 easy payments and keep that cash. Whatever debt slaves like to make up in their minds, what they're going to do. Debt slaves finance Christmas. They sure do. Anyway, it's time to wrap it up. I'm getting hungry. I got to fix some dinner here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for stopping in, Cosmic. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. If you missed it, catch the replay. I'm here to help. So Here is my for those of you guys that are listening in the car, my Cash App is SavingsMinusDebt. My email is SavingsMinusDebt@gmail.com. And if you want to schedule a consultation, it's SavingsMinusDebt.com. Yep, exactly. Making payments. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening. Hopefully I'll be back. Maybe I'll be back this weekend sometime. Counts on my mood. But until then, you guys have a wonderful day or evening. Excuse me, evening. If you're on the East Coast, it's like the sun's going down here on the East Coast, but the West Coast, sun's still up. So you guys in Seattle, where I'm from, enjoy the extra sun. Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you again next live feed. Appreciate it, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful evening. See you later.